your pet can start a fire? Lisa Lasek of Animart joins us with her beautiful daughter, Rowan, with more. And Rowan was just telling me they have chickens, they have dog, they have lizards. So Rowan is very much skilled in helping with animals, especially with the kitten who's just noticed my pink quartz bracelet.
Yes.
Now that's pretty scary. First, let's talk about how they could start fires in homes.
There's a few different ways. It just also depends on what kind of oven you have. It could be knobs from your oven. It could be candles, definitely candles. There are the ones that don't actually have to be lit that I actually have at home now, just because I worry that one of my lizards is going to get out of my kids' hand and knock it over or something like that. So yeah.
Flameless candles are wonderful.
They are.
Aren't they? Great
and they actually have a
things?
smell to them, so they're great.
I
So,
know.
Yeah, definitely. And then even one thing that's another thing is don't put a glass bowl out on a wood deck, because the sun can actually warm it up enough that it can actually possibly start a fire even on your deck.
I have never heard of that.
I know,
That
I
is
hadn't either
scary.
until I did the research.
Well,
yeah.
that's why I'm glad we brought you in.
That's right.
You know, I had a cat 20 years ago, and he died of old age, so don't worry. I had a candle. It was lit on my dining room table, and my cat went up on the dining room table, and all of a sudden I saw a flame on the top of his tail.
Oh, no.
Yes,
Oh,
his
that could-
tail.
Yep.
But luckily it was just the fur, but I learned my lesson
Sure.
about cats and flames.
Yes, and it's
Now,
really important to protect them if a fire were to happen.
Of course.
So fire extinguishers are actually really important. Keeping your
yeah.
pet confined near a door if you're gone is actually a good idea. And one of my favorites, and I have talked to firemen that do say they do look for these, but you get something, a decal like this, you put it on your window, and they know that you potentially have a pet inside, and they know to look.
I'm going to have Rowan. Rowan, would you hold that really still? And we're going to,
Yep.
you know what? I've never even thought of that.
Yes, and then if they break through your front windows, if it's on the window, they'll see that. And most firemen I've talked to said they always know to look under the beds, because that seems to be where dogs and cats go if there's a fire.
Now, let's get one shot of the kitty cat that we've got here who's taken a real interest. Now, is she available right now?
His name is...
That's just...
Identity crisis.
Well,
His name is Walnut. And
Oh.
yes, he is. He's a 4-month-old, and he is definitely for adoption.
Oh, that is
He
wonderful.
does have all 4 of his claws, but that should not be a problem at all, because there are many ways to
Thank you.
take care of that.
I don't believe in declawing either.
Yep.
That's how they exercise
You
certain
bet.
muscles in their arms. You know, when they
We need to talk to more apartment places in Madison and get them all on board with that.
That's right, scratching posts.
Exactly.
Well, I want to thank you, and I
Yeah.
want to thank you, Rowan, for coming in. You did a great job.
And where do we get that kitty at?
Animart.
That's
Atta girl, Animart. Coming up after the break, we'll have a final check of your forecast.